We are looking to actually capture true 60 FPS. We want that smooth playback, kind of like what you're seeing here, with our video capture, camera capture, with our burps. We want to capture that 60 FPS. What? How do you capture sound in 60 FPS? What up, techies and gamers? It's your boy Jermaine with Tech Toys and Gaming, back with another video, another review. If it's your first time, welcome to Tech Toys and Gaming. And if it's your 1000th time, your 100,000th time, I don't think I made that many videos, subscribe, stop playing around, stop stalking, because then you're just stealing from me without telling me what now. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the XR1 Lite EVGA capture card, techies and gamers. That's right, for all you gamers, streamers, videographers who are looking to capture video on your camera, on your desktop via OBS or some other screen recording device, video recording device. This may be the device for you, or it may not, because of my experience here and possibly based off of what I'm going to tell you today. You may be able to decide whether or not this device is in fact for you, something you want. It is a device that is in the budget realm, coming in at $60. So this may be a viable option for you if you're not looking to spend over $100 for one of the more expensive Elgato devices, which are actually pretty good devices. But if you're looking to save a buck and still capture decent video capture here, decent game capture at 60 FPS 1080p, then this is the device for you. Stick around, let's review it. Let's talk about how good it is and how bad it is. Techies and gamers, let's go. Let's just get right to it right now, techies and gamers. What you're looking at, this video feed, not this audio feed because I'm using my microphone, but this video feed with the delay, if there is any delay there, is the actual XR1 Lite video capture I have running here, techies and gamers, over OBS on my PC right behind the camera because I can see it on a huge screen, and it works quite nice. I will tell you right now, techies and gamers, there are a lot of good things to this, more or less, right? First and foremost is the video capture, 60 FPS right now, 1080p. It looks quite sweet, just as good as the Elgato Camlink 4K that I usually use for all of my screen captures, all of my game capture. So yeah, this is direct competitor with that, more or less, because it does do the true 60 FPS. I have reviewed some of the cheaper $15, $20, $30 capture cards that are on Amazon, on eBay, boasting that they capture 1080p, 60 FPS, 4K 30. Most of those are lies, at least the ones I've tested. They do not capture a true 1080p 60 FPS. If you want to see a recent review where I actually tested one of these cheaper Chinese reproduced and then reproduced again capture cards, check the link right there. It's going to take you to it, and then you're going to get lost because there's nothing there for you to see. You will see that those cards are not what a lot of these reviewers are boasting that they are to be. I've fiddled with it and fought with it and wrestled with it for quite some time, and I could not get any one of those capture cards to get a true 1080p 60. If you're looking to capture 30 FPS at 720, 4K, whatever, those cards, they can do that. 30 FPS, that's what you're gonna get. But for this video, we are looking to actually capture true 60 FPS. We want that smooth playback, kind of like what you're seeing here, with our video capture, camera capture, with our burps. We want to capture that 60 FPS. What? How do you capture sound in 60 FPS? We want to capture our gameplay in a crispy, clean, smooth 60 FPS. Nice actual color reproduction, at least as accurate as you can probably get it. This capture card, it can do it. It can do the 1080p 60. It can do awesome color, you name it. It's pretty good, on par with the Camlink devices, techies and gamers. You will get a 4K, has a true 4K 60 FPS pass through, techies and gamers. So that is one other pro that you have with this device. Does 1080p 60 FPS pass through, techies and gamers. That's another pro with the device. So you can play 4K 60 FPS on your gaming, but it will actually record on your PC, on your recording device at 1080p 60 FPS max, and it looks crispy clean, Tech Easy Gamers. So I'm quite happy with that. It's a nice little square box, not the most lowest of profile devices, but it's a decent size, right? Looks nice. It's a square little box, looks like the size of a little hard drive. It is USB-C to USB-C or USB-A, whatever other end of it you want to connect to, and you connect that to your PC to record, right? USB-C to USB-A. You can connect it to a 3.0 USB-C port if you have that or higher on your PC, on your Mac, right? On your recording device. And it works like butter, cream cheese, and mayo on top of your bread. What? That's disgusting. All right, Tech Easy Gamers. So I think I probably have covered the pros of the device, right? I probably gave you some B-roll and show you how it actually looks when you're gaming. And right here with this recording, this is the actual quality and audio delay or non-delay that you're gonna get. Now, on the subject of delay, there's a con with that, Tech Easy Gamers, and we're gonna cover that in just a second. As a matter of fact, let's just jump into some of the cons right now. Con number one: this device is not plug and play. Unfortunately, opening it up out of box and connecting it to my PC and whatever device I had, I tried with my iPhone, my Switch, my camera, my iPad. None of it worked out of box, right? Selecting the device in OBS and basically picking the device you're going to use on OBS as your playback, they all either came up with no video or HDCP locked. What in the is that? Now, HDCP isn't something I actually had to worry about with any other capture device that I've actually tested on this channel. I've tested the Camlink 4K and a bunch of other Chinese manufactured capture devices. I wouldn't expect any of those to be HDCP locked, but this one is. So not plug and play. How did I get it unlocked? Wow, I went around the world 3 times, went to France, Mulan, came back, and it still didn't work. What? All you Tech Easy gamers out there wondering what HDCP is, it is high bandwidth digital content protection, otherwise known as hot dumpster crap projectiles. That's right, I said it. Supposedly, it's supposed to protect against, I guess, pirating, copying, and distributing copyright protected material, video, movies, that sort of thing, but that doesn't work. Does it minimize it? Probably minuscule level. It does maybe minimize it, but overall, pirating is rampant and you cannot stop that. And HDCP is just a hindrance for people who are not even doing that kind of thing, right? So for example, I just want to record my own material. I want to use my own camera. I want to record my own, I don't know, whatever I'm displaying, PowerPoints, for example. If it's, why would it be locked? Why would this capture card block such a thing, Tech Easy Gamers? Yeah, so I had to fight with that, and the way I got around that was, let's just go through it really quickly. So in effort one to try to address the HDCP problem I had with this XR1 Lite, I went to the EVGA site and downloaded the latest and so-called greatest firmware updates for the device, and I ran and installed an update, a firmware update, which took longer than life. I don't know why it took so long to update the firmware on this device. It shouldn't be that much of a big package to unpack and install on such a small device that does but so many different things, right? So one, updated the firmware. Did it allow me to bypass the HDCP issue? No. So I do have the latest firmware, but the HDCP lock is still there, Tech Easy Gamers. That was one. Two, I checked forums for quite some time looking for a fix for this, and it comes to find out that there is an actual HDCP key tool you can download from the actual EVGA website, right? So you have to actually go through the menus, pick your device, and at the bottom of your device selection of your actual firmware updates, there's an HDCP key tool to disable HDCP for this device. Why, EVGA? Why must you torture us with this simple little device? Why? So that was one. So you basically download it, unzip it, run the EXE tool, and it should pop up this little window here with the little checkbox. You want to uncheck the very first checkbox there for HDCP key. That will disable HDCP on your computer for this device to be able to actually screen capture the way I am now. But it didn't work just by unchecking it and then pressing record or starting launching OBS. You have to actually unplug the USB from your PC, plug it back in, and then it will work, right? So a lot of little fiddling and research I had to do to actually get this capture card to work. So super big con number one. That was a serious turn off for me, and it may be for a lot of you techies and gamers out there who just looking for a plug and play capture device and not have to fiddle for this. It is cheaper, but you pay for what you get, techies and gamers. Another con is for all you techies and gamers who play at 2560 1440p on your machine. This device does not support that. Unfortunately, you can't run 1440p for this capture card. You will either be doing 1080 or 4K, anything in between. If you go on the site, you will see that that resolution is not even listed. So there you go, techies and gamers. If you're gaming and you're going to record, the cap is it will record at 1080p 60. It will not do 1440p pass through. Why? I don't know. Go talk to EVGA, you guys. Why are you not doing that? Another con is that I was actually running it through a USB 3.0 extender, and I was not getting any video. So I don't know. I don't know if it was the extender itself. I tried multiple 3.0 extenders and just didn't work. It would not play back any video. But once I connected the device directly to the same port right on my PC, it worked. I was capturing video and it worked fine utilizing the HDCP key tool. And yeah, so beware with USB extenders. They may or may not work. And last but not least, there is a significant audio delay you will get if you're trying to capture off of the device itself, right? Trying to route audio from the XR1 Lite to your, I guess, your playback device, your speakers, whatever is playing back your audio. You're gonna see there is, I don't know, a second perhaps of delay. There is a workaround around this, techies and gamers. Let me show you what I did to get around this. Wow. Let me switch over to my desktop so you can see how I worked around this, techies and gamers, just to give you a little wind of what's going on here, right? So looking at my OBS here, techies and gamers, we have just my audio input right now because I prefer to use a microphone. So when you're gaming and you're trying to record your gameplay, now what you're gonna have to do is go into your sound control panel. Now, the fastest way I get there is I use a little sound control icon here at the bottom right click, and I just select sounds, right? Alternatively, you can just go to start menu, go to control panel, right? Launch up your control panel, and in here, you also have sounds down here. Select that and it opens up the same exact thing, right? So let's just go ahead and close control panel, and you want to go to the recording tab. And here is where you have all your input devices as far as microphones are concerned, what OBS is going to capture as audio as well. So right now I'm capturing my microphone here, but as you can see, there is also the HDMI capture, right? That HDMI also does audio pass through. That is the EVGA XR1. They were nice enough to actually label it themselves. When you plug it in and it gets installed, this is the full name that comes up. So you right click on this, right? And you're gonna have to go to properties and then go to listen and select listen to this device and then click apply, right? So now with your computer, your PC listening to the HDMI EVGA, now when you're recording your gameplay, be it a Switch or what have you, you're going to want to go to your sources and add an input capture device, right? So you'll add the input capture and then you'll just, I guess you could just name it XR1, whatever you like. I'll just name it XR1 and we'll click OK. And then when the pop-up comes up under devices, you want to hit the drop down and select your HDMI, right? Your EVGA XR1, which is the audio you want to capture, and then click OK, techies and gamers. So now you have the XR1 capturing audio live and in effect. And what you're seeing here, let me mute that for a second. What you're seeing here, techies and gamers, is my actual Canon camera, right? So it's connected to the XR1, so I don't have any mics plugged into it. So it's capturing the audio straight from the Canon itself. So I'm going to switch over to the camera audio so you can see what the delay sounds like between me and the actual XR1 device. All right, techies and gamers, so just to give you a little example of what the audio delay sounds like coming directly out of the XR1 Lite capture card. This is it. This is the video audio response time. I am actually using a wireless microphone that is connected to my Canon camera, and it's routing through the XR1 Lite capture card. And this is basically what it sounds like from the camera, from the XR1, and switching it over to the A855 RGB microphone right here. Testing 1, 2, techies and gamers. As you can hear, I'm sure there is an echo because the audio from this microphone is coming in first, the 5.5, and then the actual lapel, which is routing through the XR1. So there is a delay on the audio with the XR1 capture going directly through that source. So just bear that in mind, giraffe it in mind. What kind of bear? Giraffe? All right, techies and gamers, to wrap it up, what do I think overall of this XR1 Lite device? Well, I will say that the quality is quite nice coming out of it. It is very comparable to the Elgato Camlink 4K. Pretty much any device in the Elgato lineup as far as video capture is concerned at 1080p 60 FPS, you're getting pretty much the same color and frame rate reproduction here with the capture. So yeah, the quality is coming in quite nice for 60 bucks. So yes, it is definitely a budget king in the sense, if you want to compare it to some of the other so-called budget capture cards that supposedly capture 1080p 60 FPS at this quality, this color replication. I have not found any of those that exist that can kind of compete with this right here, or even the Elgato lineup, techies and gamers. With all that said, what I will say is that due to the number of things and troubleshooting and workarounds I had to do to get it to work, to get this fine quality to come to fruition at some point, an hour or more later, I cannot recommend this as an actual card that you may want to use for gaming, streaming, that sort of thing, simply because it's just too much finagling to get it set up. It's so far from plug and play that it just kind of it's a killjoy. After I finally got it to work, I was like, I could have saved myself time by just spending a little more money. So yeah, can't recommend it. The other gripe I have with this is that right here on the box, this top right corner, top left corner of you, you see that? Let me cover it. Zoom into that. Let's zoom into that a little bit, right? You see what it says right here? It says OBS certified, even has OBS pretty little logo there. Certified. So I don't know how certified that is, in that when I plug it in, it doesn't work. I get an HDCP lock, or I just get no video signals whatsoever, rebooting device, flipping it, doing cartwheels. Yeah, so OBS certified, I don't know how. It should not be labeled as OBS certified if I have to go ahead and run an HDCP software key thingamajig workaround to get HDCP to be disabled, to unlock it. Why, EVGA, why? So I will say bypass this. If you're looking to get a video capture card, get the Camlink, save yourself the headache. You will save yourself a lot of frustration. But if you're a super stingy, cheap guy and you just want to save a couple bucks and fight with this to get it to work, then sure, once you get it up and running, then you're good to go. I just worry that the application that you actually execute on your machine, your PC, your Mac, if it crashes or it just stops working, you're gonna get an HDCP lock again, or you may not get no video. So yeah, techies and gamers, that is my spill on this. I hope that was informative for you. If it was, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you are into this kind of thing and you're looking to get more tips and tricks on devices, you're looking to get a before you buy kind of review before you spend your money and get a headache, right? This is the channel. Subscribe to that. And I appreciate you stopping by. Don't get it. And I'll see you in my next video. Bypass this. And with that, do a cartwheel, grab your ankles, and don't get this. What?